when you're talking about backdoors, what kind of backdoors would these be? Like, given that a manufacturer has a design spec for a chip and it gets manufactured at a third-party facility, is there only way to inject backdoors would be to put malicious or add malicious code, or can you also change the design somewhat, or inject some kind of a hardware backdoor per se in the chip? Are both possibilities?
Oh yeah, of course, yes. So there was a paper. I think it's pretty old now, and I wouldn't be able to tell you where it's coming from. But they were speaking about like privilege escalation, and the thing was that they modified the circuitry, adding few transistors here and there, and then you had to stimulate one of the I/O pins in a very particular pattern, and then you would have like the privilege escalation. So that's one possibility, and I think nowadays the big players, they want to validate that their chips are backdoor free. It's mandatory for them because of course it's a critical. I think silicon is a critical asset in this sense. Modifying the code might be a bit more complicated, especially on secure chips, because usually the code is encrypted and so on, so that would require more. But the code, I mean, like, if you have the chip vendor, you need to program the chip in the first place. So it means that you need to have some kind of a way of injecting code inside, right? In general, in the flash memory. And if you do so, you have also a way of extracting the code, because if I program the chip, I want to be able to verify that I programmed it correctly, So it means that in some chips, you have a way that lets you program the chip, but also read the chip out. And in general, those things are not accessible anymore when the chip is in production. But this is where we come into play, because if we can find those modes and we can make sure that we trigger something in the chip that will jump to this mode, then you have access to this. So backdoors can be the two things, software or hardware. And the software one, it might not be called a backdoor, because if the chip vendor is getting this mode, programmation mode or something, it makes sense. It's not really a backdoor, but you're not supposed to be able to use it, But this is when hacking is a nice thing, because you can re-enable those functionalities, for example. The hardware backdoor is malicious, and to me it's a emerging threat. So I know people are talking about this since quite some time, but it's complicated. If I give you a design and I tell you modify the design to introduce a backdoor, it's not an easy task, but it's a threat anyway. So people need to validate this and make sure that their chips are okay, so usable, sure, safety, security, all those things,